A woman with silver nails left a note under your wiper. The message is kind, the plan behind it is not. Do not meet at the location she chose. Archangel Michael says, the moment you stepped toward your car today, heaven took a sharp breath. Something was already waiting for you, not just the paper tucked beneath your wiper, but the intent behind it. The handwriting might seem warm, even personal, but every curve of every letter carries a shadow. The woman who left it was careful. She timed her approach, glancing around as if every passing second mattered. Her silver nails caught the light, glinting like they carried secrets of their own, yet no one could guess the weight of what they were hiding. From a distance, her act would look harmless, even sweet, a message left for someone she cared for. But up close, heaven sees the truth she tried to mask. This is not about kindness. This is about control. You might feel tempted to read the note twice, to hold on to its gentle words, but this is where danger wears perfume and pretends to be concern. Every sentence in that message is meant to move you exactly where she wants. Blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, I must speak without hesitation because the danger is not in the future, it's in motion now. This meeting place she's chosen is not random. It's familiar enough to make you feel safe, but secluded enough to silence you if she gets the chance. She's been watching. The way she knew your schedule, the exact hour your car would be unattended, is no coincidence. It's the work of someone who's studied your life long enough to know when you're alone. Her silver nails are more than decoration. They're part of her disguise, a small, harmless detail to make you underestimate her. In truth, she's already taken steps to make sure when you arrive, you'll be at a disadvantage. You must resist every pull to go. No matter how harmless the note reads, no matter how urgent her words sound, it is a carefully baited hook. Blessing 222. The plan stretches further than you think. This meeting point she mentioned is linked to another person, someone she trusts to finish what she starts. She won't be alone when you arrive. Every detail in the note is crafted to appeal to your softer side. She wants you to think this is reconciliation, closure, or even a favor. She's counting on you to bring an open heart, unguarded and unaware. But the truth is, this is not her first attempt. Others have been lured in similar ways, each with a message tailored to their weakness. Some walked away unharmed but shaken, others never returned the same. Right now, she is waiting, confident you will obey the written invitation. This is why I am telling you, tear it apart, burn it, and let not a single step take you in her direction. Blessing 999. Archangel Michael says, the note's ink still smells fresh because she wrote it moments before placing it. That wasn't accidental, she wanted it to feel urgent, as if she had been waiting just for you. But urgency is her weapon. It pushes you to act without thinking, to rush into her chosen ground before you realize it's a trap. Her plan thrives in that short window between surprise and suspicion. There's more. The car park where you found the note wasn't her first choice, it was her backup plan. She had originally planned to hand it to you directly, but she feared heaven's presence near you would warn you away. That fear was justified. Heaven did see, and heaven is speaking now, so you will not walk into what she has prepared. Blessing 555. Her silver nails are not just a fashion choice, they are her silent signature, the mark she leaves in the minds of those she approaches. If you think back, you may realize you've seen them before, perhaps in a crowd or in a fleeting moment where you couldn't quite place her face. That's because she has been circling your life from the edges, keeping herself unseen while learning everything she needs to pull you closer. The location she chose for the meeting isn't random, and it's not as safe as it might look on a map. There are blind corners, places where the streetlight doesn't reach, and spaces where a person could wait unnoticed. These were not accidental details, they were chosen for control, for an advantage she believes you won't detect until it's too late. This is why heaven has stepped in to interrupt her plan before it fully unfolds. The kindness you read in her note is nothing but a threadbare mask, stretched over the truth she can't afford you to see. And once you step toward that place, you step into her power. Blessing 444. Archangel Michael says, "She's been holding on to your name like a key, waiting for the right time to use it." Every word in that note was tested in her mind, rehearsed to make sure it would lower your guard. She is not operating alone, there is another, someone she's in close contact with, who is ready to move the moment you arrive. If you think this is only about you, it isn't. You are part of a larger plan, one that's been in motion for weeks. She believes you are the missing piece, the one she needs to complete something she has been building behind the scenes. That's why her message feels personal, she studied your life to make it so. She doesn't need to convince you of everything, only to make you take that first step toward her. Once you're close enough, the rest will unfold in her favor. Blessing 717. The silver nails, the note, the location, these are not the beginning. They are the final layer of a plan that began long before you noticed her presence. She planted ideas in the minds of those around you, subtly shaping conversation so you would be more open to her later approach. Even the tone of the message is strategic. It is not overly desperate, nor too soft. It is balanced just enough to seem believable, a middle ground that can pull in the cautious and the curious alike. The moment you read it, she was watching, maybe not with her own eyes, but through someone connected to her. She wanted to see if you hesitated, if you tucked the note into your pocket or left it behind. Your reaction would tell her how much harder she needed to work to bring you in. Blessing 606. Archangel Michael says, "Do not underestimate her patience. She will wait, she will adapt, and she will return if you resist her once." This is not a fleeting attempt, this is persistence fueled by something more dangerous than simple interest. You see, the location is not just a meeting point. It is a stage, set for a moment she's been imagining for days. If you arrive, you are stepping into a scene she controls from every angle, while you believe it's a simple encounter. There is nothing to be gained by meeting her there. The truth you think she might share can be learned another way, one that does not place your safety in her hands. Heaven's warning is not to create fear but to ensure you live beyond this moment untouched. Blessing 818. She did not expect the first warning to reach you so quickly, yet the moment you felt the wrongness in your chest, her timeline shifted. Plans like hers rely on momentum, on you moving from the note to the location without pausing long enough to listen within. The silence you took for yourself has already disrupted her rhythm. There is a second layer she prepared in case the first invitation failed. It involves a friendly intermediary, someone who will pretend to be neutral and encourage you to go, repeating the same location as if it were harmless. Their job is to make you believe the message was never a trap. They may reach out as if they care, using familiar language and gentle urgency. They will suggest a different time but insist on the same place. This pattern exposes the truth. the place matters more than the meeting itself because the ground there was chosen to disadvantage you. Archangel Michael says, your strength is not in confrontation but in refusal. You do not need to prove anything by showing up. You only need to stay where heaven can guide your steps and your breath remains calm. There will be talk of closure, of settling something quietly and cleanly. That promise is a tool to rush you past your intuition. Closure is never won by walking into a stranger's chosen shadows. She will try to create a countdown, to make you believe something important will be lost if you do not arrive within a narrow window. That clock is artificial. It is not time that matters to her, it is position, yours inside the perimeter she mapped. Study the note again only to understand its craftsmanship. The handwriting aims to feel familiar, with little hesitations placed where warmth would live. Those pauses are designed to slow your breathing, to make you trust the tempo of the ink. She curved certain letters to suggest softness while sharpening others to imply decisiveness. This blend makes the message feel reliable, even protective, as if the author wants what is best for you. Beneath that surface, every choice leans you toward surrender. Even the way the paper was folded is strategic. A single clean crease helps it slide under your wiper without tearing, while also signaling simplicity. Simple folds seed simple choices. She wants you to choose quickly. The cameras nearby do not see what heaven sees, yet their angles tell a practical story. The placement of your vehicle gave her a clean approach and a clean exit. She parked 2 rows away, not directly adjacent, ensuring she could watch without drawing attention. The color of her jacket blended with the lot's background, not bright enough to mark her, not dark enough to alarm you. These are choices practiced by someone who has learned how to pass through spaces unnoticed. Her silver nails were the single flash she allowed, a deliberate flourish to make you remember her after the fact. Remembering her is part of the plan. If her first attempt fails, she wants her image to repeat in your mind until your curiosity pulls you toward her. Your memory becomes the messenger she cannot be. If you stay still, she will switch tactics. There will be a message sent through another channel, perhaps a short apology and a softened tone. She will claim she only wanted to help. The apology is a reset button designed to reframe her control as care. When that fails, she will try distance. She will let a day pass, then 2, allowing the note to cool until your guard lowers on its own. After that pause, she will reappear with a new angle that leads to the same place. At each turn, the location remains constant even when the language changes. This repetition is not accidental, it is the anchor of her design. The ground she chose protects her and exposes you. Archangel Michael says, your way through this is clarity without performance. You do not owe an explanation or a counterargument. Your safety is not a debate. Block the path she built by refusing every invitation that mentions that place. If someone you trust unknowingly repeats it, pause them and change the topic. You do not need to educate anyone about the danger to validate your decision. If something needs to be discussed, redirect it to a setting you control and only after you have confirmed the other party's identity and intent. Even then, be brief, be factual, and be done. Those who mean well accept boundaries. Those who do not will reveal themselves when confronted by limits. There is a vehicle connected to her plan. It might not be hers, but it will circle near the meeting point at intervals designed to look ordinary. Its driver acts bored, disinterested, scrolling through a phone or adjusting a mirror. Boredom is their cover. Attention lives behind the glass. If you were to appear, the driver would become the witness, the distraction, or the pivot. Each role exists to make you stand still a little longer than you intended. Stillness in the wrong place is vulnerability they can measure. By not going, you break the circuit. The driver waits for nothing, the performance fails, and the coordination frays. Absence is your strongest move because it forces their plan into the open without you inside it. Notice how your body reacted when you first saw the note. The subtle tightening in your chest, the heaviness behind your eyes, the way your hand hesitated before lifting the wiper, all of it was guidance. Those signals are not random, they are the language your safety speaks. Trusting those signals does not make you fearful, it makes you precise. Precision is what protects you now. Precision notices the parking space numbers, the time stamps on messages, the reused phrases across different senders. When your breath steadies, your vision expands. You begin to see how the paths connect, and how thin the disguise truly is. What looked like chance resolves into pattern. Patterns tell you everything you need to know. She has rehearsed a story to defend herself if confronted. In that story, you are ungrateful for her effort, overreacting to a simple message, or misunderstanding her intention. The goal of that story is not to win you back, it is to confuse onlookers and preserve her access to other people. Your refusal interferes with her narrative because it denies the confrontation she prepared to spin. Without a scene to perform, her claims lose their stage. Quiet boundaries dismantle loud manipulation. Let others perform if they wish. You will not. Your safety is a straight line drawn once and held steady. Holding it requires no speeches. There is a secondary location she might mention later. It will sound more public, more crowded, and therefore safer. Do not be moved by that appearance. The true element of risk is not the number of people but the control of timing and proximity. Public places also contain blind angles. Crowds create cover for coordinated movement. A plan built for isolation can be revised for distraction with the same result, your attention divided at a crucial moment. You do not need to play strategist in someone else's design. You only need to be unavailable to it. Availability is the resource she is trying to harvest. Protect it. Your name has been used in conversations that never reached you. Words were shaped in private to pre-sell a version of you that makes her plan easier to execute. In that version, you are either vulnerable or arrogant, both are convenient for her tactics. The real you is neither. The real you is present, awake, and not easily moved by forced urgency. The minute you recognize the weight behind the kindness, you return to yourself and the plan began to dissolve. Keep dissolving it by removing your attention from her channels. Do not read and reread the note. Do not search for hidden meaning in each phrase. The meaning is simple, relocation of your will into her hands. You will not permit that. Archangel Michael says, ground yourself in ordinary actions that restore your sense of the day. Drink water. Tidy the seat where the note rested. Reset your mirrors and your seat position. Return the machine you drive to the body that drives it. Contact one person who knows your real voice and tell them only what is necessary. Speak in plain terms and set a simple boundary. You are not inviting debate, you are anchoring witness to your decision. Then move your schedule forward without apology. Plans that rely on stealing time cannot survive a life that moves with intent. Your life is moving. She will feel the silence from you like a closed door. That door will frustrate her because it prevents her preferred approach, intimacy without accountability. She thrives when everything feels personal but nothing is truly defined. Your refusal demands definition, and definition constrains her. She may escalate temporarily, sending longer messages or appearing near places you frequent. If so, document without engaging, and continue to keep distance. Escalation often precedes collapse. Do not confuse her persistence with your obligation. You are obligated only to your safety and your clarity. Those two commitments are enough. There is a reason her nails glint when the light finds them. She uses that shimmer the way stage lights use reflection, to draw attention where she wants it. People follow shine without realizing they have looked away from their center. You will not follow. You will note the shine, the note, the design, and you will continue walking. The simplest form of power is the ability to leave a scene. You possess that power. The world around you increases its steadiness when you act from that truth. Steadiness is the sound a trap makes when it fails to spring. Let that sound mark this day. If contact continues, direct it to writing and archive it without response. Paper trails protect the quiet. Quiet protects the mind. The mind, once protected, sees clearly and acts quickly. Those who truly care for you do not orchestrate secrecy-laced meetings in places built to strip you of agency. They ask for time in ways that allow you to choose easily and safely. Safety and choice always travel together. You are already choosing. Every hour you do not step toward her chosen ground, you gather more of yourself. Gathering yourself is the opposite of being gathered by someone else. Your routines are a shield. Keep them intact. Sleep on time, wake on time, work when you work, rest when you rest. Rhythm stabilizes the mind after an attempted pull. Delete the draft replies. They would only pull you back into her orbit. The space you create by not sending them becomes a new room inside you where focus returns. Focus is the home of your next good decision. Let the day close without incident. The note was one page in a larger book you refused to sign. Refusal is a full sentence. In the coming days, she will lean on gossip to reclaim leverage. She may suggest to others that you are unstable or ungrateful. That narrative will travel until it meets the people who know your baseline. Truth tends to steady itself without your intervention. Protect your energy by choosing where you are seen. Be present where your presence matters and absent where it is extracted. Extraction is a cost you do not pay anymore. The less you respond, the more her plan must move without you, and without you it loses purpose. Purpose is not a thing she can borrow from your life again. You may have the impulse to warn her directly or to shout the truth into the space that once felt safe. Replace that impulse with structure. Save the dates and times. Record the patterns and keep them in a place you control. Structure protects better than speeches. If formal steps become necessary, you will take them calmly. Calm action carries weight. Panic stains the page, calm writes the record. Nothing about your refusal is dramatic. Drama belongs to those who engineer scenes. Your choice is simple, clean, and final. The air around your car feels different now because you have reclaimed it. The seat is only a seat again. The glass is only glass. The wiper has returned to its quiet work. Objects remember the last hands that touched them, yours have replaced hers. Drive routes that are known to you and well lit. Park where people move in visible lines, where entrances and exits are easy to see. Let predictability be your softness while vigilance remains your edge. Your life does not have to bend to accommodate someone else's secrecy. Straight lines take you home faster. You are allowed to arrive. Archangel Michael says, the warning has been delivered and received. You listened to your breath, to your body, to the subtle tightening that told you the smile in the ink was not a smile at all. That discernment is a shield you will carry forward. If another note appears, you will recognize the signature beneath the surface. Signatures are difficult to hide once seen. Recognition ends repetition. Now stand up, take your keys, and feel the weight of them as a promise. The way they sound in your hand echoes a simple truth: you keep what is yours. Your time, your steps, your voice, your day. You are being written back into your own timeline. The hours ahead belong to your decisions and your work, your rest and your light. Nothing in that lot holds authority over where you will go. The only direction that matters is the one you choose from a place of steadiness. Let the silver remain only on her nails and not in your memory. Do not polish it with attention. Let it dull into the background as your life brightens with ordinary goodness. Walk forward. Lock your door. Breathe. The plan that waited for you under the wiper has met the one thing it cannot bend, a person who knows when kindness is a costume and when safety is the only answer. Even now, she will replay her approach in her mind, trying to pinpoint where she lost you. She will blame the timing, the weather, the way the wind might have shifted the paper just enough to break the effect. What she won't admit, even to herself, is that the loss began the moment you trusted your own unease more than her words. She may attempt one last maneuver, a final push that looks less like a lure and more like a plea. It will come softened, humble, stripped of silver nails and folded paper. It may even arrive through someone you know, cloaked as a harmless request for a short meeting, just to clear the air. This is the ghost of the original trap, still clinging to the same coordinates. The difference now is that you see the strings she's been pulling. And once you see the strings, you can never mistake them for fate again. Archangel Michael says, her silence in the coming days is not surrender, it is recalibration. She is measuring your patterns from afar, trying to guess where the seams of your life are softest. But the moment she realizes those seams have been reinforced with awareness, she will understand her entry points are closing. Her frustration will not be loud, it will be quiet and deliberate. It will appear in the way she stops looking directly at you if paths cross by chance. She will mask it with a distracted glance, pretending the history between you is smaller than it truly is. This quiet distance is her way of retreating without admitting defeat. But you will know, because heaven has already told you, she only retreats to where she believes you might stumble next. Your task is to keep your footing steady no matter where the path bends. The location she chose is still in her mind, like a chess piece she refuses to remove from the board. It is familiar to her, it carries the energy of her preparation, and she cannot bear to let it go unused. This attachment will be her undoing because she will cling to it long after you've erased it from your world. She may test you with substitutes, different times, different pretexts, yet the geography will always pull back toward that same ground. This is her habit, the way she returns to what feels safe for her control. And it is in that habit that her predictability will grow until others can see it as clearly as you do now. You won't have to explain. Those who watch her patterns will come to the same conclusion without your prompting. The truth will reveal itself in the loops she cannot break. If the note is still in your possession, keep it sealed in a safe place. Not as a reminder of her, but as a record of the day heaven stepped between you and her plan. Evidence has a way of speaking clearly when the moment comes to tell the story. Do not handle it often. Do not reread it to search for hidden meanings, there are none worth holding on to. The real meaning was always the intent behind it, and that intent has already been unmasked. Her silver nails, the glint that first caught your eye, belong to a chapter you will not revisit. In time, even their shine will fade in your memory. What will remain is the clarity you gained, the precision that now lives in your choices. You may notice over the next few weeks that her presence becomes quieter in visible spaces but sharper in the shadows. She will avoid direct confrontation, instead preferring to let whispers do the work she can no longer do herself. The whispers will twist the story, they will paint you as cold, distant, even unkind, but those who truly know you will sense the falsehood instantly. She thrives when she controls the narrative, yet now that power has fractured. Without your cooperation, her version of events lacks the anchor it once had. Every retelling becomes thinner, every lie less believable, because the one piece she needed, your presence, is missing. Her frustration will build in silence, and it will begin to show in small cracks. A glance held too long. A question she shouldn't know to ask. These slips will confirm that she is still orbiting you, even when she pretends not to notice. Archangel Michael says, the safest path forward is to let her reveal herself on her own timeline. You are not hunting her, you are simply refusing to be hunted. This stance removes her urgency while keeping your safety intact. He trick. But you are no longer the audience. You have stepped off the stage entirely, choosing instead to observe from the wings. From here, the strings are visible, the props look cheap, and the performance loses its magic.